Well, just like that, another year has passed, and it is now 2025. 2024 was a very interesting year for the human race, no doubt, from war to politics to money to social media. Seems like the people of the world are generally having a rough time, but I'm hopeful that 2025 will be the year that the people make a comeback. That being said, I feel I can't truly speak for the rest of the world. However, I can speak for my own 2024 experience. 2024 was by far the absolute worst year of my life. It seemed like I was in a downward spiral and life was kicking my ass at every turn. But even though it was pretty bad, I'm not hateful for the year I had, but very grateful. I made it out alive and okay, but most importantly, because of the rough year I had, I learned more about life and the way it works in that 1 year than I did in the whole 19 I lived before it. And I feel that through the fire of it all, I think I've been able to find a mindset where I hope I can find my place in this world. Maybe. My 2024 started with me living in a house that I didn't feel comfortable in, with people I didn't like, and a cat that meowed outside my door all night, every night, and working a job I despised. All in a town I accidentally ended up in and wanted nothing more in the world than to get out of. As the year progressed, it started to really sink into me that I was trapped here, and I started to smoke and drink all day, every day. Is the only way I could see to deal with all this pain, but it quickly started to have bad health effects on my body and my mind, and I began to fall apart, and it just wasn't sustainable. Eventually, I began to pull myself out of the darkness and started to find little moments of engagement. I started to care again. I got back on a schedule. I started smoking more instead of drinking all the time. And slowly I was able to get myself together, just enough to get a job working the overnight shift at the gas station. During this time, I was still unhappy, but I was able to find little things during the day to push through. I learned to roll, which is cool. I started spending more time outside, and I was connecting with more people, But inevitably, the pressures of it all built up, and it was just too much for me, and I snapped. I stopped eating or sleeping very much. I shaved my head. I quit my job, and I booked a flight back to Colorado with the last of my money. I didn't have a plan or any more money. I just felt so angry and helpless. I had to do something. After a couple days, once I calmed down and after talking to my parents, I realized that if I got on that plane, I would be effectively homeless. So I canceled my flight and I stayed in Florida for another month. August was by far the best month I had in my whole Florida chapter. After I snapped and all that anger escaped, I was able to begin to shed some of the layers of heaviness that had consumed me for so long. I started taking care of myself again. I got a job at a little smoke shop down the street that I think was laundering money, but that's for a different video. I was playing a ton of Minecraft, going outside again. I was just feeling better. I finally had a solid plan to get out of Florida. I was going to Austin, Texas. And as the month progressed, I packed up as much of my things as I could fit into 2 suitcases and a bag. And at last, finally, the day arrived. After 298 days, I finally got on a plane and I left Florida. I finally left Florida and I touched down in Texas. And once I moved into my new place and I got settled, I really didn't have much. But slowly, I got a bed and a desk and, all the things a room needs to be a room. And right when I got here, it was very strange. because I had spent so much time in survival mode when I was in Florida that I had forgotten how to like just exist and enjoy myself. I got a job working at a little hookah smoke shop, which I enjoyed at first, but it didn't work out because the owner was lazy and a dick. I just couldn't deal with it. He just sat there and bossed everyone around and barked, and it just didn't work. And very kindly, my parents put all my things into like a big crate or like a big box. There's a company, and they sent me all my things. So that was cool, and I was finally able to put a room together that feels like home again, at least to some element. But while I really liked the vibe of the city at night, and I finally was able to start to feel at home again, and I was slowly coming out of my like panic. I still have and have the big problem of money. I feel the constant need for more money every day has ruined my outlook for the possibility of a good or better life. But I hope not. And that brings us to the here and now. I had a nice little Christmas. My family showed up and surprised me the day after. And we spent the whole New Year's week together, and that was really nice. They helped me clean my place, so now, it's nicer and cleaner than it's probably ever been. I rearranged my room to switch up the vibe. They helped me get some food, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And, overall, life is pretty good right now. But I still have the same old problem of money. But either way, to bring this video to a close, I have 3 resolutions for 2025. Number 1 is to stay alive this year. Just to make it to another New Year's, just get through. That's number 1, very important. Number 2 is to find a way to live without the experience of life being ruined by the constant need for money. I don't know how, but I believe there's got to be some way that you can live without money. And finally, number 3, to bring more content I'm passionate about to this channel. 2024 had a lot of really low moments, the lowest of my life, but the highest moment of the whole year had to be this channel here. My whole life I've wanted a successful YouTube channel and the ability to bring joy and to share my vibe with others, with other people. And I'm not quite there yet, but this year I've put out more content than I ever dreamed. And I've been able to share it with so many people. I've got almost 130 of you guys subscribed to see the content I make and put out, and that means the world to me. Thank you, really. 2024 was a rough year for almost everyone, except for the people that made it rough for everyone else. But I hope we're able to find the strength as a collective to make 2025 our year. I'm endlessly grateful to all of you who showed any amount of support or love on this channel. It means so much to me. And by 2026, our little community here is going to be thriving, popping off. I can just feel it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This video took a lot more time than I expected it to, but it means a lot to me, so I wanted to do it right in a way that I thought was good. I started working on this before New Year's, and my plan was to release it on New Year's, between New Year's Eve and like midnight or whatever. But you see how that went. Didn't go very well. Here we are a week later. But anyway, I love you guys. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button. I put a lot of time and effort into this one. Also drop a comment. That helps a ton with the algorithm. Subscribe for tons of banger content in the future. This year is going to be packed with banger content. About to drop a whole bunch of it. But yeah, that was the recap of my 2024. Here I am, fresh into 2025, and if you're watching this, also fresh into 2025. Let's make this year our year. Let's do it right. Well, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you stay happy, stay hydrated. Love you guys. Till next time.
Right now, I see you hit that button. Subscribe.